Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much. We are very happy to be here. I am Laura. As you know, I'm from Spain, and she's Marina. She's my colleague and my friend, and we teach English in high school IES Al-QÁZERES. We are coordinators of different programs related to the English subject. I'm the coordinator of the bilingual section, and this is my corner where my students show all their projects and their works. And she's Marina, she's the coordinator of the British program, as she will tell you later, and this is her part. But we want to work together, and from 3 years ago we started to join both programs because we think that our students share the love for English. So that's why we started working with the theme Better Together, as you can see there. So I'm going to start with my presentation about my country. And first of all, I would like to know, what do you know about Spain? Have you ever been to Spain? Yes. Where have you been? Alicante, okay. And the rest of you, have you ever been to Spain? No? Yes? Where have you been? You don't remember, but you remember the sun. The sun, the beach, the weather, right? Okay. This is our country. And first of all, we're going to show you where Spain is. This is Finland, as you know, and this is Spain. It's located in the southwest of Europe. And this is the European Union. Here in the south is Spain. Spain is bordered to the south and east by the Mediterranean Sea, as you have experienced in Spain, and to the north by France, Andorra, this is a very, very tiny country, and the Baby Biscay, and to the west by the Atlantic Ocean and by Portugal. And our country is divided into 19 autonomous communities. We have autonomous communities as well as provinces inside of these autonomous communities. And we come from Cáceres, right? So here. And here it is Portugal. So our neighbors are Portugal, okay? So many of our students learn how to speak Portuguese. What are the main cities? As you know, Alicante and Valencia, they are very popular because they have wonderful weather, lovely beaches. Mallorca, you already know, and Barcelona. You know Barcelona because there is a very important football team there. Do you know it? Yes, what's the name of the football team? What's the name? Barcelona, that's Barça, that's what we say, okay. And here we have Madrid, this is the capital of our country. And in Madrid there are two important football teams, and we will know, and we will see later. Do you know the name of one? No? Tell me.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, that's the best team. Although Marina, I'm sorry, but I have to say that Real Madrid is the best.
I don't agree.
Okay, we will see it later. Okay, so what's the name of the capital city in Spain? I've already said that. What's the name?
Madrid.
That's it, Madrid is the name. And can you imagine how many inhabitants Spain has got? No? Can you guess it, more or less? No? No idea? Tell me a number. No imagination. Okay, look.
Difficult.
4, 7, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 47 million of inhabitants. Okay. Yes, that's a lot. Yes, that's a lot. True. And we have a democracy, and it means that we vote for our politicians, but we also have king and queen. These are our king and our queen, and this is our president of Spain. He's called Pedro Sánchez. About the weather, the climate. In the northwest is wet. So you are not going to find the weather that you have found here in Alicante. The typical image of Spain that you have. Good weather, sun, no clouds, no rain, but that's not true. Because in the north of Spain, you find a lot of rain, okay? However, where we live, we have hot summer, really hot summer. We are talking about 40 degrees in August. So it's impossible to go out from home because of the weather, and it doesn't rain so much. Okay, what about the food? This is what we usually have for breakfast. So coffee is very popular in Spain, more popular than tea. We usually have toasts and some pastry and also fruit. But we are very popular because of our food. Have you ever tried gazpacho? Yes, we have seen that in Finnish supermarkets we can find gazpacho. Have you ever tried it? No? Okay, it is cold soup made with tomatoes, cucumber, onion, oil, of course olive oil, salt and vinegar, and it's delicious. Another dish is tortilla de patata, and it's made with potatoes, onion, eggs, and it's delicious too. And this is the most typical one. Do you know the name of that?
No.
No? This is paella. Have you ever heard about it? Yes. So paella is made with rice and seafood. That's the typical one. And there is another typical product of our region, and it is ham. Because in our region there are many pigs, and ham comes from pigs. And about dinner, we usually have omelette, some vegetables, fish. And something very characteristic from Spain is that our timetables are not the same as yours. So dinner is eaten at any time between 9 and midnight. So you can have dinner, for example, at 11, 11:30, 12, for example. Okay. And what about sport? Okay, do you know this person? Rafa Nadal. Do you know him? He's a really good tennis player, and he has won 22 Grand Slams, men's single titles, okay? And in basketball, we have a wonderful Spanish basketball team. Do you know that they have won the European Championship? Yes, okay. And we also have sportmen like Fernando Alonso. He's a car racer, car racing driver. Yes, you know him. He's not Kimi Raikkonen, no, but he's very good too, okay? And that's football. We're known by our Spanish football teams. You know that the Spanish selection won the World Cup, and we are going to win it again. We have wonderful teams like Atlético de Madrid, Real Madrid, and Barça. These teams we have already mentioned. And in literature, best known writer is Miguel de Cervantes. Do you know El Quijote? No? Yes? It rings a bell to you. Okay, this book has been translated into many different languages. And here you have a Finnish edition. Okay? And about painting, we have wonderful painters like Picasso, who painted the Guernica, expressing how the Civil War hurt Spanish people in the north of Spain. Here we have Dalí. Do you know him? Yes. And Velázquez. Okay. With regard to the cinema, we have wonderful actors, actresses, and filmmakers. Do you know Pedro Almodóvar? Pedro Almodóvar has won, very good, has won an Oscar, okay? And do you know Penélope Cruz? She's internationally known. And Antonio Banderas, he's from Malaga, and he has made many films. For example, The Legend of Zorro, do you know the film? Or, for example, the SpongeBob, the movie, he appears there too. So I wanted to show you that our country is not only a country of football or bullfighting or flamenco. We have many things to show you, and we are very happy to be here to show you about our country. And now, Marina is going to explain to you the Spanish educative system.
Morning. I'm afraid my topic is not so exciting as my colleague, but still, well, you can learn something in what is the school like, a typical secondary school in Spain. Our school is called, as Laura said, IES AL-QÁZERES. It's a public funded school, and we have different programs, okay, as Laura said, and I will speak about those programs in a second. This is our region. We live in one of the driest areas of Spain. We hardly see the rain, and it's coming to be a real problem because water shortage, and with the climate change is getting worse and worse. I wanted to show you a short video about about the region, so that you have an idea of what it looks like. And it's about the sounds of our region, Extremadura, the sounds of it. Let's watch the video and listen to the sounds of it. So it's a land of striking contrast, because we have very, very hot summers and quite cold, maybe not cold for you, but cold for us, winters. Yes. And this is our town. This is our town, Cáceres. I'll show you the main highlights because I'm afraid otherwise we will not have the time to see everything. Fortunate enough to have a mixture of three cultures in our town, in our old town. The Arab culture, the Christian, and the Jewish. So it's a melting pot, okay? And the school, this is our headmaster, and well, she introduces the school, but maybe, I don't know, would you like to see our headmaster or our students introducing the school? It's a question for you. Students, okay. Yeah. So, sorry Anna, but I prefer the students.
Nacimos en 1980.
This is it. These are our students, and the video is long, but I'll just select some clips. Okay. This is the main entrance.
I'm from the radio ES AL-QÁZERES, from first SOC, and I'm going to show you the main entrance of my school. The name is IES AL-QÁZERES, and if we go straight ahead, we get into the school. These are the stairs, and this is the main entrance. So this year is a little bit weird because we have masks and it's more difficult to do something like travel to another site and do some excursions to other places.
Yeah, because it was recorded last year, so it was compulsory to wear masks.
Every possible way.
Hello, I'm Alex. This is the place where normally the teachers park the car, but because of the pandemic, this is where our class are settled during the break with her class. When I were can mix with other classes, or you can meet with other classes during the break.
That is where COVID measures.
You cannot, right? You can't. Right?
We are going to enter into the institute.
School.
High school. There is a carpet to don't infect us. And
Because this was recorded last year.
We're normally more people in class, but twice a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays, we split, so we're less people today. Hello, my name is Jimena, and this is the technology room. This is the class where the students practice technology.
Exactly.
They are working on to solve some problem for the students.
My name is Carlos Solí. I study in IES, and this is the hall, the main entrance.
Right.
This is an exhibition of bachillerato. There are old masks made with clay.
Which one's your favorite?
I think my favorite is this one.
This year we have Star Wars.
Yeah, this year Star Wars.
Impossible to ignore. Impossible to...
These are phones. Japanese phones don't like that control the students of Fernández.
Exactly. And what's this? Do you know?
A recommendation of the book.
A book recommendation, exactly. And also, we've been working on, well, what is this? Fluffy.
These are
This is my first year on IES AL-QÁZERES. And I'm going to I'm going to show you around our high school. This is the English and French department, and it's decorated. Here we have braille and then some posters.
And what is this? Do you know?
This is it has different language.
Different languages?
Yes.
And well, what's the word?
I'm looking for taquitos. Yeah, up here. There you are.
Hello, I'm Lele. I'm going to show you this is the music room, but because COVID. Books and all the institute have, and this is the art class, but because of the
Everything is bad because of the pandemic. This is an exhibition. This is an exhibition about the Spanish prisoners in Nazi camps.
This is a part of the Spanish history, and we need to know about the Spanish history.
changing every day. In every person.
So much smaller than yours.
Keep their feet.
To me, dreams to me.
Hello, I'm Nacho and I'm here in the teacher's room. And we can see the open windows because of the pandemic. The lama de graduation, and we also have new ones. We have these that some students made these copies because they remembrance the copy day in the UK.
I think I would go a bit further otherwise. Oops.
We have finished this and say bye.
Changing every day.
I am 13 years old and this is a map of Africa, of Segundo de Bachillerato of Art, and it's a map with clothes.
A school has a program with Africa.
We have a connect with Africa and with
The playground. Now I'm going to show you our part of the playground because of the pandemic. We have divided.
Because of the pandemic, everything. Because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I can see. But it's not about this part.
I want more.
And that's the other entrance.
And now I tell you openly, you have my.
Before the COVID, cars can't get inside, but now they can because we need the playground for the activities and from the bubble class.
Okay, so these are, these used to be my 7th graders and they are now in the, they are 8th graders. And I don't know if you liked our school, but our town, but you are more than welcome there. That's the location of, it's in the outskirts of the city. And well, it's, the surroundings are really, really nice, and also we are lucky enough to have a cave, with some, you know, several natural caves with paintings, you know, the Neanderthalenses and Homo sapiens were settled for millions of years, and those caves are around the school. So the modern times and the prehistoric times fused together. Those are the 2 buildings, and also sports facilities. And well, the students come from Catholic City and also some villages nearby. And well, Laura already introduced us. Our programs are different, but we want to work together. What does our school offer? We have compulsory secondary education and 3 different programs. The British Council program, which is an integrated curriculum, it mixes up Spanish curriculum and British curriculum. It's an agreement between the Ministry of Education of Spain and the British Council. And those students, the students who choose this program, have like 80% of their subjects, not of the subjects, of the instruction at school in English. And then there's the bilingual section, of which Laura is the head. And the bilingual section is devotes 2 subjects, non-linguistic subjects, 2 days a week or something like that, to learn words in English related to the topic in question. For example, if they're learning technology, they learn some names of tools in English and some names in Spanish, and they combine both. And then the ordinary or standard compulsory secondary education, which is all in Spanish except for the subject of English. We also offer higher education, post-compulsory education, sciences, social sciences and human studies, and we are very lucky that we have post-compulsory arts, plastic, visual and performing arts as well. And also we offer vocational training, in particular physical sport activities like guía en el medio natural, which is like sports in the natural environment, and social and sport animation, and yes, and also football training for trainers. And in the social cultural branch of vocational training, we have also community services like preschool teachers training, and social integration and care for dependent people, and we have a degree on gender equality promotion, which is quite unique in the region. It's the only one in the region, so we are very, very lucky. Those are the figures. There are a bit more maybe this year, 120 something teachers, and this is the total number of students. What's the personality of our school? Our hallmarks are co-teaching, diversity, equality, solidarity, development, sustainability. We work a lot on the Agenda 2030, innovation and entrepreneurship. Yeah, we try really hard, we work really hard, but we have so many programs, you know, that I could speak for a long, long time that I don't have. So Erasmus Plus, that's the reason we are here. We're here to learn from you, and we are ready. We've been here just for one day. Yesterday, it's our second day. We're already learning a lot. So it's really a very pleasant experience. What are the weaknesses of our school? Of course, we have a lack of spaces. The building is really old. The classrooms are very old, and we also have some communication issues, maybe not so technology prepared, and also there's huge pressure on teachers' performance. We need to keep updated all the time, and through like long life learning, right? So that sometimes causes excessive somehow workload. And we stand for adaptation and integration, because the school is located in an area that was socially depressed many years ago, with low-income families, and not only low income, but also with economic difficulties and social integration difficulties. But with all the programs, we have improved a lot of the situation. So we've had an impact on the community, you know, we've had an impact. We promote the living together through some programs, anti-bullying campaigns, queer system classroom, gender equality, and that's a big day, March the 8th. It's a big day at school, and Also, we are an LGBTIQ plus friendly school, and we have also many initiatives against abuse and violence against women, social protection and security, as I said, personal, professional, academic counseling, school social projection through social and sporting events, and teacher long life training that was what I was speaking about earlier. And yeah, we have those programs I've already, and we try with all those programs, the main aim is to cater for diversity, because there's the integration of many people from many different backgrounds, and we aim at innovation. There's this also one program, and this is us. This is us. And last year, all the meetings, teachers meet. It can ring a bell to you, I guess.
We did that as well.
And yeah, that was, well, fortunately this year they are real ones. And a tough topic. I'll try to go quick. I don't want to get you bored, and please interrupt me if you have any questions. I would be really happy if you ask me questions about what we said. Would you like to come to our school? Yeah? Why not? Why not? You're welcome there. You're welcome there. Maybe we can exchange some, I don't know,
Students, why not?
yeah. We will think about that. We'll think about that. Oh, I would be so excited. And, well, I prepared this. It's a bit dense, so I'll go very quickly over this. This is about the education system. It consists of pre-primary, compulsory education, and post-compulsory education. There's a new law which is being enforced this year also, so it's quite complex because of that too. The main highlights, main characteristics: it's decentralized. That means it's supported by the central government and the individual governments of each of the 17 self-governing regions in Spain, and it's multilingual. Did you know that the official language in Spain is Spanish, of course, but we also have some other official languages? Did you know that? No? For example, Laura was talking about Barcelona, that's Catalonia region. That region has another language as well as Spanish. It's Catalonian, Catalan. And also in the northern part of the region, and next to Portugal, but in the north, we have Galician. That's another language. That's a kind of mixture between Spanish and Portuguese. And do you know any other languages in Spain? We have more co-official languages. Basque. Basque is another language in our country. It's from the Basque country. It's called Basque country, although it's not a country, but a region. A bit complicated, but and Basque is very, very different. It doesn't look like anything like Spanish or Catalan or Galician. It doesn't have. It has a totally unknown root. That means we don't know where it comes from. And it sounds really different, really different. So it's multilingual, and those self-governing regions with another language have their own rules for the language used at school. Please interrupt me. Yes, thank you.
What language do you speak? What language do you speak?
In our region,
Yeah.
Spanish.
Spanish.
Spanish with a special accent. the accents from the south, which is a bit funny.
We also had this question written down. So, what languages are taught at school? So you talked about what are the official languages, but what are some that are taught at your school, for example?
English, that's compulsory, and also French, and in some schools, those which are bordering Portugal, they teach Portuguese, and also some of the schools offer also German. So you have a variety, but it's quite I don't know, quite amazing that we are, although we are a multilingual country, we don't learn anything about the other languages in our country. We don't really learn in our region because it's further in the south and the multilingual regions are in the north, up in the north. We don't learn the languages from the north at school, no, and it's quite a controversial topic. Yeah? It's quite a controversial topic in politics and you know, when you mix politics and education, and this is what happens in Spain, it doesn't go well. So another characteristic is that it's very inclusive. The system takes into care the social circumstances and economic and cultural and individual circumstances of the school members, of the school community, of the students. There's one big problem for us, and that's the legislative instability. Do you know what this means? This means that whenever we have a new president, we have a new law. So it's right now a new law is being enforced, and we're working hard and adapting everything to the new law. But who knows? In 2 years' time, we'll have elections, and if the other party wins this new law that we're working on now, will be put down. You know, so that's a negative point to our system, that it's very unstable. We're changing all the time, depending on the politicians. We depend on them. Yeah, it's subjected to the political party in office. Please, questions. I love that you ask questions, please. All right. Pre-primary. You know, how old are you when you start at school here? How old were you, for example? You?
I was 6 years old.
6 years old. That's a big difference with Spain. Yeah?
Usually we're
7, usually 7. In Spain, we start schooling at the early age of 3, which is also a kind of issue, a kind of controversial issue, because they're too young. It's controversial. We have a huge debate on this. It's not compulsory, but most, well, I would say 90%, 98% of the people start at 3. It's free of charge during the second stage, age 3 to 6. And then compulsory education from age 6, so is you, to 16, divided in 2 different levels: primary education and then lower secondary education, which is the compulsory secondary education. Primary education consists of 3 stages, each of them lasting 3 years, and lower education, secondary education, compulsory secondary education consists of 4 years, from ages 12 to 16, so like from year 7 to year 11, fairly trying to make the correspondence. How long is the school year, the week? How long is one day here? How much time do you spend at school here? How much time? What time do you start school?
Starts at 9 and usually ends at 3. So
At
6
3.
hours.
6 hours. Yeah, so it's the same as ours. That we start at 8 or half past 8, sorry, and finish at 2:30. So 6 hours in compulsory secondary education and 5 hours in primary. And how about, holidays? When do you get holidays? Good thing. When do you get holidays here? Thank you so much.
Example, when it's Christmas or Easter, I think.
So coinciding with the official holidays. Yeah, we have the same. So it's 180 days at primary and 175 days at secondary. And we start in September. When do you start here? When do you start? August. That would be impossible in our region. Impossible, because we would be frying inside the schools. We are not prepared. The schools, the state-funded schools, public schools like ours, they don't have the money to pay for the air conditioning. So that would be impossible because temperatures in August are above 40 degrees. So we start in September, and in September still we're boiling hot inside, but we start in September and we finish in June, at the end of June. When do you finish here? When do you finish?
At the start of June.
At the start of June, yeah. And so, so it's pretty much the same, I think. Pretty much the same, just because of the weather, different. So 25 lessons a week at primary and 30 lessons at secondary. And the maximum class size in primary is 25, but in secondary, unfortunately, it's 30. And sometimes we have over 30, so we are overcrowded in our classes, and it's a problem because you cannot really cater for all the diversity because you cannot individualize. How many students are there in your class? For example, up there, someone? How many students? 17. That's great. 17. We have, and you're an 8th grader? Yes. And my 8th graders are 27. It's a problem. Well, this is very theoretical and maybe not, it's not of your interest. It's about the control and contents of the curriculum. But we would like to talk a little bit about the methodology that we use. We try hard to make it cross-curricular, to work with all departments and mix projects together. And it must be adapted to the student's need and personal characteristics. That's inclusion is something that it's in every law that is constantly changing, but the word is always there. And we try to get students learn through skills. and it's intended to foster the ability of the students to learn autonomously as well as to work in a team. And schools can choose their own textbooks and other teaching materials. I don't know how much time do you have? How much time?
Well, actually none.
None. Okay, so I'll just ask you one question and we'll leave everything for another moment. Maybe when you come to Spain, or when you come to Spain, explaining all about Finland and the Finnish system. From what I've just talked to you, well, differences or similarities can you find?
We have air conditioning.
The air conditioning.
You're lucky.
You have air conditioning.
Sometimes works.
You're very lucky. Shocking for us. Oh wow.
Yeah, one difference is also the class sizes.
Class sizes, yes, yes. And what do you think this affects the quality of your learning process?
I think when it's more people, you can't concentrate that much. And then when it's not, there's more quiet.
Yes, yes, that's true. And also, we as teachers, it's difficult for us to cater for everyone's needs, you know? Anything else? Anything else? Yeah.
Actually, we wanted to ask you the same question, like what kind of expectations did you have about Finland, and has anything here surprised you?
Oh, good question. We really have high expectations about Finland. For me, it's the second time I'm here. But the first time I was a tourist, now here for work. Laura has been here 4 times for work, and as you're asking me, I wanted to know, because you are very famous, you know, and popular in Spain. Yes, you Finnish students. And one of the things I wanted to know is why is the system here so successful, and what are we doing so wrong that we cannot progress, you know? And so I have that the feeling that I'm getting to understand that of maybe climate influences and the culture. I don't know, but I have very high expectations, and they're fulfilled. I'm astonished at the school, at the classes, the lessons I've seen. Also, everything is so interesting, very interesting for us. We have some books are the Finnish method, even it's the Finnish method for parenting. So maybe we need to go back to parenting, and maybe there is the key, you know? Maybe that before school, it's at home, maybe, where we should go back. So you're very popular and well known and renowned in Spain, yes. Any other questions? No, since I'm sorry it took me so long, and I had so many.
Yeah, you would.
The system is so
6 hours
complex,
maybe next time.
but
okay.
I hope you had just a general idea of the way it works, and I really hope that the idea you got is not a negative one, and I don't think so, because you want to come, so that's a good thing. And you're very welcome at our school. Thank you so much for listening to us and for receiving at your school. We feel really honored to be here, really.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.